Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and no guests today. This morning I'll be speaking with you about mentoring. The title of my speech is The Village, and it takes a village. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to shape our next level of leadership in an organization. It takes a village to shape our young adults, our children, our peers. So it takes a village. So what does it takes the village mean? Where does it come from? It comes from African proverbs. And what it means is that there is a high emphasis by the African culture on community and family and developing the individuals of that community. That's what it means. So what does it mean from the standpoint of mentoring? It means that we did not become these amazing people that we are sitting around here today without the help of mentors, our first mentors, which were our parents, other family members, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, peers, professors, bosses, both good and bad. We learn from both. We learn from both of those. And then formal programs for mentoring. There are quite a few of those that exist in the state, outside of the state. Just there are a lot of opportunities to be mentored and for us to shape the next level of individuals that are coming up behind us. So, what is mentoring? Mentoring is a relationship. It's building a relationship with an individual that maybe has less experience or knowledge that you have, whether it be personal relationships, personal struggles, personal challenges, or professional in nature. I mean, it could be that you are a leader within your organization and that you have new folks that are entering the organization that need someone to help guide them, to help, deal with the challenges, the norms of the organization. You have peers and you have young adults that are coming up behind you, and it's connection. It's essentially connecting with someone and understanding that they may need a little bit of help. We all do at times. I mean, even where we are today, we need help at times. So for me, that's what mentoring is. It is about developing that connection, that relationship with other people. It's about helping, and it gives me the opportunity to give back. If I hadn't had mentors as I, traveled through educational programs, through school, through some of the challenges of life, I could see where I could have gotten, stopped at a speed bump and had a longer time to kind of get over that. So it helps me to recognize in people that I connect with, whether it be within my professional setting or within my personal life, where I can see where they may be struggling. I can connect. They may not say the words, but I can look in their eyes and I can see where they're challenged, and that it gives me an opportunity to just pause exactly where I am and just try to connect with them. So for me, mentoring is connection, and it is about relationships. So what I'd like to talk to you today about is the importance of mentoring, what it means to me. I'd like to tell you some of the advantages from the mentor's perspective and the mentee's perspective, as well as share some of the examples that I have, because I mentor aggressively. I mentor, that is a passion for me. So whether in the work environment, whether in personal experiences and connections, I mentor. I mean, that is a passion, and that is my way of giving back, okay? So what is mentoring? Again, we said it's, what I indicated before is that it is just a relationship, it's connection. How you go about that, it could be very formal, a formal mentoring program, a program that your company may have. It may be seeing a young adult that's maybe close to your family, or a family of a friend that you see that they are challenged and they're struggling, and you just make that connection with them, and you reach out and you make sure that they're okay or they're doing all right. So mentoring can take many different forms. So with that, I want to talk about some of the advantages and some of the benefits of mentoring. You can look at it from two perspectives. You can look at it from the perspective of the mentor, and then you can look at it from the perspective of the mentee. As a mentor, you have the opportunity to gain skills from an active listening perspective. When you are connecting with someone and you are listening to their concerns, some of the challenges that they're experiencing, when they're asking you for advice professionally, you can connect with them, and you have to listen actively to be able to understand what they're asking of you, not only verbally, but non-verbally. Sometimes you ask, hey, how are you doing today? They say, I'm doing wonderful. That is a shield sometimes, and you look in their eyes and you can see that they're really struggling. And you have to stop maybe what you all had planned to discuss or work on, and you have to really connect with them to really understand what's going on and how can you help them. Have you had a similar experience that you can kind of give them some of the ways that you overcame a challenge to be able to help them do whatever they're going through? You may have to connect a little bit more frequently because this challenge that they're experiencing is taking them off of their track, So it's an advantage from the standpoint of active listening. It's an advantage from interpersonal connections and skills. You increase those in that. It improves your self-worth as a mentor to be able to give advice and to be able to help folks overcome challenges in that way. For the mentee, some of the things that it helps them with, it builds their self-confidence. I become a cheerleader for them. When they share with me some of the things that they're trying to accomplish, and when they hit that goal and they reach out to me or I'm reaching out to them, I calendar on my calendar that every Friday I check in with this individual. I'll send them a text message and I say, how are you doing today? Is everything going okay? I know you had a big exam today. Coming up, I know you're gonna do excellent on that. And then when they reach out to me and they tell me, hey, I did it, and I'm the biggest cheerleader for them, and that's part of what that relationship is. It's encouraging them and helping them to reach their goals and helping them to deal with the challenges that prevent them from reaching those goals, okay? So it helps them build their self-confidence. It helps them develop greater interpersonal skills. It helps them to navigate in the professional setting because there are norms within the professional setting, there are unspoken rules, and sometimes kind of laying those out for them, it helps them from making some of the same mistakes maybe that you made when you were coming into that organization and you weren't aware of. You didn't know. And keeping someone from having those missteps, I think it's invaluable. It's invaluable to them, and they grow and they learn that way. It helps them to just climb the corporate ladder. I think that once we get in there, you get in there, you learn, you grow, that you have to bring someone along. That's what we owe back to that next generation coming up behind us. And so I take that role very seriously. Okay. So just speaking of some of the personal experiences that I've had in mentoring, currently I have 3 individuals that I mentor in my professional setting. So I have 3 young ladies that I schedule time on my work calendar to meet with them because we all work together. Whether it be early in the morning, it's late afternoon, or whatever is convenient for them, I make that time available to give them feedback, whether they want to talk about a project at work, where they want to talk about where they feel like they've got a barrier from a work perspective, whether it's something personal that's going on in their lives and they just need somebody to hear them out. I have a box of Kleenex that I sit right there on the desk so that, if it's an emotional situation, they can express themselves in there. And there's a level of confidence in a way that, we maintain that in those conversations and the guidance that's given to them. And sharing one of my experiences, this is one that I think is pretty awesome, and that an individual that applied for a position, and I won't say any names, but applied for a position within my organization under my direct report. And I had seen this individual around the organization, but there were some barriers. This individual was trying to get up and grow in the organization, and there were barriers with that for them. And I saw an opportunity for them, and I allowed them to apply for a position, and they were hired. They were the best candidate for the job, but I am still mentoring that individual today, even though they're not under me, and they have grown and grown and grown. So it was just a wonderful experience. So I just want to ignite in you the passion for mentoring, the importance of it, the importance of giving back, and just, bringing up that next generation. So thank you.